Hey! Unfortunately, after an internal evaluation, the Motorica team has decided not to update the Unreal Engine plugin. But I'm stubborn and I don't give up easily. So I came here to the Motorica website. Look! Here we can use Motorica Studio for free. And here I've developed a new method for using Motorica Studio's hyper-realistic animations directly in Unreal Engine scenes. So, follow me! It's very simple. We just need to create the trajectories, export them as FBX and upload them to Motorica Studio Web, where we'll decide what type of animation to assign. To do this, I use the Unreal Mani Simple. I then positioned it in a correct position for the start of the animation. I created a new folder and two more inside it for the animations and the level sequences. Let's start by creating the level sequence. Rename it as you want. Open it up and add Mani. I'll also add the assassin to make him invisible. Add the first keyframe at the beginning of the timeline. It's very important to set the timeline length to 300 frames, because Motorica Studio animations have a maximum length of 10 seconds, which at 30 frames per second is exactly 300. The first animation is an idle animation, so the only thing to do before exporting the animation is to create an additive track to set the roll rotation to 90 degrees. It seems strange, but this is the only way Motorica Studio can recognize the character exact trajectory. Once done, export the FBX. It's a good idea to rename files in a numerical order to be more organized and find all the files we need more easily. In the export panel, leave FBX 2030 and check only Map Skeletal Motion to Root and export local time. Done. Now go to Motorica website. If you don't have an account, create one and log in. The free account only allows us to use the Motion Stage application. And that's exactly what we need now. The first thing we need to do is download the Motorica character and import it into our project. This will obviously help us correctly import the animations we'll create on the Motorica Studio Web page. Here we go again. First, let's load the animation from the motion panel. It's just an idle animation, so we don't have a trajectory. Now we can select the style. In this case, I use alerted male style. And it's very important to check loop in the option panel to have a perfect idle animation. Finally, click on animate and it's all done. Our first animation is ready. Let's proceed with the second animation. Leave the character in the same position for only a few frames, so we can easily merge this animation with the previous one. Then, drag the character to the end of the wall and again leave it in this position for a few frames. Then I rotate it toward the big mossy rock. And finally I drag it to the rock, like this. Let's check the animation to make sure the timing is correct. If you are happy, just add an additive track to change the roll rotation 90 degrees. Export the animation and remember to check only Map Skeletal Motion to Root and export local time. Go back to Motorica Studio and import the animation. As you can see, we now have a trajectory, as expected. Here I like to create a mix of alerted and sneaking style. So in the style panel, click on Create Style Mix to add a new style. Finally, click on Animate, and also the second animation is ready. Fantastic! Export the animation. Here I like to always rename the animations in a numerical order to be more clean. For the third animation, delete the added track to return the character to an upright position. Then copy the last frame and paste it into frame 0 of the timeline. This way the character's position in the next animation will match its position in the last frame of the previous one. Here, like a fool, I delete the first frame. I just copy it. Sorry, don't do the same. From here, I'll speed up the video because the process is always the same. See you in a while for more updates and tips. If you are not happy with the timing of your character's movement, just play with the keyframe distance. So, the shorter, the faster the movement. The longer, the slower the movement. Easy! And also play with the keyframes to make movement smoother or faster. For example, when the character starts running, I like to set the keyframe to linear to create a snappy movement. Here's an example of what happens if we don't set the roll rotation to 19 degrees. I made a mistake here by entering 901 degrees. And look how Motorica Studio understands the trajectory. It's all wrong. So I go back to Unreal and adjust the roll rotation, setting it to 90 degrees. I export the animation one more time and upload it to Motorica Studio. And finally, everything works as it should. Nice! Here I also want to increase the assassin stealthiness. I'm just increasing the sneaking style a bit. Here I need another idle animation. For the style I changed from the one I had at the beginning of the animation. Now it's time to import all the animations, so import them all. Leave all the options as they are and choose the Motorica skeleton we imported earlier. Pretty cool. To create the short film, I retargeted all the animations to the MetaHuman skeleton. The beauty of using Motorica Studio Web instead of the Unreal plugin is that we don't have to modify the MetaHuman's root bone, a very long and tedious process, as I showed you in this tutorial. And this is the final result. To see how I've blended all the animation, you can watch this tutorial. Alright guys, that's all for now. I think I won't follow the chapter order I gave you in the overview of this series. Hi boss. Hi dear. I know guys, but Pantarei, everything flows. And these days I've been working on a crazy technique for customizing any type of car. Using the Unreal Engine vehicle template, I've created some incredible car movements for cinematics. So I think that will be the topic of the next chapter in this series. So stay tuned and...
Hey!
Whoa!
Hey man, what are you doing? This is my part!
Hi Giovanni, I'm sorry. The manager says I'm cooler than you. It's a marketing thing, man.
But I don't have a fucking manager!
Well, you don't have one, but I do.
Shit. They're firing me. Oh god. So, for the rest, enjoy life. Always, if you can, and of course, ci ha mai visto io.